Daily Devotionals for October 15. Today's scripture reading will be Romans 12, verse 17. Repay no one evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men. Well, that seems like it could be impossible. Somebody really does something mean and rotten, evil toward you. And scripture says, okay, don't treat them the same way. Have regard for good things. So somebody's just done something nasty to you. But the Lord really wants us to turn the other cheek, okay? Scripture says, if someone slaps you on the face, well, turn the other cheek. Well, that doesn't sound too pleasant, does it? I'd want to back up and go the other direction. But, we should return good for evil. What we really need to do is look at people, all people, even those who you may consider your enemy. Maybe you don't see them that way, but they treat you mean like you are their enemy. But try to see them, seek the Lord and say, Lord, what do you see in this person? I just see an old nosy bitty-body and somebody that's always talking nasty about me, and they go out of their way to do something mean, try to trip me up somehow. But Lord, how do you see them? Because you know what? He loves that person that mistreats you. He loves them just as much as he does you. It's just they don't know the Lord, all right? So, or maybe they know him, but they don't have his love matured in them like you do. So, Lord, how do you see this person? And when you see them as the finished product like he does, then instead of you seeing them as this nasty person coming at you all the time, start responding to them in a way that like God would, okay? Because he sees them as redeemed. He sees them as walking in love. So by your response to them, you can turn things around. Maybe it won't happen overnight. I remember a long time ago working with some lady. I don't know what it was between the two of us. We just, like the sight of each other, we just irritated each other. So we would end up really being unkind to one another. And one day I'm like, I am not going to do this any longer. I don't know what, it's just the working of the devil is what it was. But I decided I am going to say something nice to her. If I have to grit my teeth saying it, I'm going to say something nice. And so I did. Maybe I'd comment about her hair or her dress, or it could be her belt or shoes, anything. Every day I would find one thing to compliment her about. And you know what? It took just a little bit of time. And, we weren't like best friends, but we became friends. And you know what? She would start like bringing something to me, or I would bring something to her. It was just an act of kindness. But see, there was a barrier that was, and I don't know what it was, except the devil, something that the enemy had brought a wedge between the two of us to keep us apart so that we could not have a friendship. And I think she did the same thing that I did. She just began finding something about me that maybe she liked. And I did the same thing to her. And it took some time, but we did. And we can all do that with one another, okay? All right, children, till next time, treat your neighbor good, okay? And they will treat you that way as well. Blessings.